Our next guest is a talented actress, writer, and director. You know, from movies such as Theater Camp and Booksmart and shows like The Bear. She co-wrote and stars in Oh Hi, which is in select theaters now. Let's take a look.
It's just crazy.
What is?
You know.
No. What?
I just didn't expect this.
Expect what? The handcuffs?
No. For it to feel this easy. Our first trip as a couple.
I'm not really...
You're not really what?
looking for a relationship?
Wait, what are you talking about?
I mean, I think you're great. I'm just not really looking for a relationship right now.
Are you joking?
Please welcome to the show, Molly Gordon, everybody! Congratulations. First of all, welcome. I'm very happy you're here.
I'm so honored to be here. Like, truly, I'm the biggest fan in the
that's
entire
very
world.
kind of you. Very kind of you to say. I'm a big fan of you, not only in The Bear, but Theater Camp is such a fantastic movie. And this is Sophie, tell me your name, Sophie Brooks?
Sophie Brooks, yeah.
She is your director and co-writer.
Yeah.
And this is based, to some degree, not exactly on specific experiences, but like...
Well, it's a documentary on my life.
But based on experiences and maybe like how we act when we have a crush.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, finding someone you like is like holding magic in your hands. And yeah, when that feels like it's gonna go away, it's really scary. And you do crazy things. And yeah, I feel like a crush is why I get up and put on my clothes and leave the house.
Yeah.
I feel like I have good music taste because someone in like 7th grade said they liked Paul Simon, and I spent the entire night learning Paul Simon and then walked by him and I was like, 50 ways to leave your lover. And now I love Paul Simon.
Did that work on the guy when you walked by? Yeah, right.
No.
Even now it seems a little creepy, yeah?
Yeah.
But again, it's interesting. So this, I heard when you were trying to get this movie greenlit, which is obviously very hard to do, people wanted it to be more of a horror movie than you guys wanted it to be.
Yeah, it's interesting. We were discussing that it's such a dark time, but horror is kind of the only thing that's working.
Yeah, people love horror movies.
But yeah, people would go, I love the movie, but can she kill him at the end? But it's like, when you think of like When Harry Met Sally, what if like Meg Ryan just killed him at the end?
Yeah.
Like, I want some just romantic movies.
Yeah.
'Cause there have to be death, always.
Right. I mean, there's also some crazy stuff in the movie.
Yeah, but...
I mean, there's a patina of the film Misery
Yes.
and how this movie progresses, but it is not Misery.
No.
Where do you think, where would you put your character on sort of the Kathy Bates and Misery scale?
I think this movie is if I was 10% crazier.
Gotcha.
And Kathy is if I was 100% crazier.
Right.
But definitely inspired by her like freedom and humor, and she's so incredible in that
Yeah,
movie.
it's an amazing person to use as sort of a beacon in these things.
Yes.
You have a theory about how we, obviously, like sort of the beginning of this movie is one person trying to end a relationship.
Yeah.
And you have a theory about how people act when they're ending a relationship.
Yeah, I believe that when people are ending a relationship, they want to have good PR. And they can't just be honest. Like, they can't just say, I don't like you. So they have to be like, you know, my father is going to die in 20 years. And I need to process that. Or, you know, I wasn't picked for the basketball team in 8th grade. And, like, it was really hard for me. And we all do it.
Yeah.
But it's like, can we just be honest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Now I'm like definitely thinking in my head like, oh yeah, I've done that.
Yeah. Do any come to mind? That you
No,
could-
not
okay.
yet. I mean, I often said to people like my dad's.
Yeah.
My dad had a really bad. My dad gets really mad when he golfs. And it's like really hard for me because like I gotta go golfing with him and he gets really mad. And I just don't think it's a good time for us.
For us to be together.
For us to be together.
Yeah.
There's you sing Islands in the Stream in the film.
Yes.
And you're releasing it as a single. It's a beautiful cover.
Thank you. It
And
comes out August 15th.
August 15th. And here is, so this is the art for the single. And I mean, I think some people got the.
Yeah.
But was this? Is this a song? I mean, obviously, it's a fantastic song. It's a great duet, one of the best all-time duets. Is it a song that you sing on your own in your regular life?
I sing it every single day.
Yeah, good.
It's my morning song. No, I love that song, except I'm so annoyed when couples do it at karaoke.
Oh, interesting.
I feel like if you're like sitting and then a couple's like, let's do Islands in the Stream, you're like, oh my God, seriously?
Yeah.
So we kind of wanted to turn it into this like witchy, folky version.
Uh-huh.
But I love Dolly Parton.
On a 1 to 10, how much do you love Dolly Parton?
10.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. As a
Yeah, I'm with you. American Treasure.
yeah. As a woman, a young woman who developed overnight.
Oh, you dollied overnight?
Dare I say I woke up one day in 8th grade and I went, I'm Dolly Parton. You know, and I didn't fit into my bathing suits. That, looking at her, I was like, I'm gonna be okay.
That's lovely to hear.
Yeah.
It's so, but it did it in your head when you were writing the movie. Like, obviously, did you know it had to be this song?
Yeah, I think Dolly writes about female longing in such a beautiful way. I feel like, I don't know, men wanting love on screen is so sexy and cool, but when women want it, it's so desperate. And so I feel like I've always returned to her music to be like, it's okay to want love.
That's really sweet. You also.
It's okay, right?
It is okay. I'm here to tell you.
Yeah.
This whole thing is an intervention. We're here to tell you. It's okay to want love.
Thank you. I just need to say, though, first, like, that I'm the biggest fan of yours, and I used to leave parties in high school and lie that I was in a fight with my parents so I could watch you on SNL.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And your parents weren't actually fighting.
They were always getting along. I was just going into bed with them to watch the show.
Would you fake a phone call?
Yeah.
Really?
I'd be like, Mom, I'm coming home. I'm so sorry. Like, I would do the whole thing. I don't know why I wasn't just honest. Like, it's a cool show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, I definitely, and this is one of the cool things about the fact that the show's been on for 50 years. I definitely brought dates home early so I could get home for the beginning of Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
like,
wow.
that was a very important thing to me. And, you know, I'd always be like, I gotta, my dad's about to die. My mom just called, my dad's about to die. I want to be there for it so I can use it for every relationship I've ever in. You make some French toast in the film, pretty badly.
Yes.
You know, again, you're on The Bear. Not everybody on The Bear needs to know how to cook, but
No.
a lot of people I know on the show, and again, you don't work in the kitchen on the show, so
I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor.
And I know how to save lives.
Well, that's actually interesting because, of course, a lot of the actors have, you know, told me about how they went to like culinary school to make sure they knew what they were doing. But now, did you go to Little Med School?
Well, it's funny, like, obviously, Io and Jeremy, they really know how to cook now.
Right.
And then Will Poulter joined the show, and he's on, like, 3 episodes, and he really took it seriously. I'm a doctor, and on, like, the first day of my doctor work, Chris and I were like, what kind of doctor am I? Like, we had forgotten. We had forgotten. So I don't know anything.
Right.
And
I like that you didn't make a weird choice of, like, you just always had a stethoscope on.
Yeah.
Just so people remembered, like, she's a doctor.
Yeah, 100%.
But you make terrible French toast in this movie, and I'm wondering if, like, your Bear cohort saw it and had any notes.
Yeah, Coco Storer, who does all the food in the show, was like, she has a big Chicago accent. She's like, Mal, no, Mal, this is a disaster. But yeah, it's kind of manic French toast making.
Yeah.
I don't know, manic French toast making. I've never had, I don't have those types of skills.
Yeah, I don't either.
How did you woo someone when you were younger?
I think, like, badly.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, I really, like, by the way, like, this would be seconded, like, wholeheartedly by my wife, who would be like, no, he's bad at wooing. But, yeah, I feel like feel like I did things that were, like, the wooing move in, like, movies that came out 10 years ago. So, like, the cool guys were, like, doing cool new wooing tricks.
Yeah.
And I was doing lame where girls were like, ugh. He left, like, a Valentine's Day in my mailbox for 5 straight days, even though it's June. Like psychopath stuff.
Well, it ended up pretty good.
Not with her.
Okay.
She got his restraining order.
Really?
And that's high school, and it's really hard because then you always got to run down the hallway the other way. Those schools aren't big enough. Go ahead.
No, but have you ever done anything similar to my character in the movie?
Like go that 5% Molly crazy?
Yeah, have you ever?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, we've talked about this before. Like
Yeah.
when I have been broken up with, I have a real like goodbye forever, which
Yeah.
is a little bit of the opposite take that your character takes.
I never had that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool. So you want to be married now?
You don't want to date me because you want to be married.
Yeah, because you want to have a child. And we've broken up, but we're going to have another closure conversation. We're going to have a closure conversation from the
no,
closure
you're not one of the
conversation.
people that need all the closure conversations.
Yeah.
How many, would you be honest, how many closure conversations in a perfect world do you get after a breakup?
I think you deserve 7 to 8. And by the way, if you want to like have a sleepover after that closure conversation, and that leads to breakfast.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But see, now I want to ask a question. If a closure conversation leads to a sleepover, does that reset the 7 closure conversations? Yeah.
Yes.
Don't fall for it, guys. I am so happy to have you here. Congratulations on the film. It is such a delight to have you here in person. Thank you so much. Molly Gordon, everyone, her movie Oh Hi is in select theaters now. Stick around. We'll be right back.